What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you guys had a wonderful evening. Blessings to you. Hope you're doing well. Gabe Toss in the building. What's going on? All things. Heather, good morning. Thrill True to Life in the building. Good morning. I hope all is well with you. Kentrell LeGrew, what's going on, man? Joseph Robinson. What's going on, Joseph Robinson? Good to see you again. Good to see you again, Joseph Robinson. David Howard, good morning, sir. Always a pleasure to see you, man. What's going on, Nuke the Duke? What up with it, though? What up with it, though? You know, we're going to talk about some stuff today, man. We're going to talk about, I got to grab my pen. Let me grab my pen. I don't know what happened to my pen. Tank money line against whoever. What up? Oh, man, I can't wait for Tank to get back. Mental health in boxers. Mental health in boxing. Please take care of yourself. Everybody out there, man. Mental health is nothing to sneeze at. It is a topic that is very underaddressed because there's some crazy Negroes out there asking for crazy amounts of money that they know they don't deserve. I have to think that qualifies as a type of mental illness because I'm listening to all the talk that these dudes are talking. You have Keyshawn Davis, who's moving up to 147 pounds, I do believe, talking about he is kryptonite for Gervonta Davis. And I know that he, like myself, have had different issues with our mental health, not taking care of ourselves, man. You know what I mean? You got to take care of yourself. What's up, Jose Lopez? What's going on, man? LeVar Aiken, what's up, man? Shout out to West Philly, man. LeVar Aiken's in the building. What's good, bro? What's good, man? Love and Loyalty. Shout out Love and Loyalty Incorporated. Yeah, man. So I think we got a lot of mental illness going on around boxing, man. I think we got some mental illness, man. Rotel Clemens said De La Hoya could never see Spence in any era. I wouldn't be so quick to say that. What up, Jermaine McPherson? Hey, man, seriously, man. I wouldn't be so quick to say that De La Hoya could not see Spence in any era. I wouldn't be so quick to say that. Say what you want about Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya can fight his ass off. Oscar De La Hoya ain't no punk. Oscar De La Hoya put them hands on you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, hey, what's up, 32 Sticky? Salute Fanon checking in from Alabama. Shout out to Alabama, man. Shout out to the great state of Alabama. Very underrated state as far as black intellectuals go, specifically in the sciences and STEM. Shout out to Alabama. Very, very, very intelligent group of black men in that state, for sure. Some of the smartest dude, one of the smartest dudes I've ever met in my life, is from Alabama. Shout out to the great George Washington Carver. Shout out to the great, all those people, out there in Tuskegee. I stopped smoking for the new year. That definitely improves mental health. Hey, man, do your thing, man. I'm just saying you got to watch it, bro, because you don't want to be out here asking for $100 million for a fight you know these guys cannot recoup their money on. Seriously, man. Seriously. How in the world, and I'm talking about Oscar De La Hoya hit Virgil Ortiz for a non-title fight with a 60-40 split. For a non-title fight, you want a 60-40 split in the favor of Virgil Ortiz. Why? That was one of the weakest explanations for why you get 60-40. Because of his fighting style and because he has the better resume. Virgil's never been a world champion. Last time I checked, Jaron Ennis was a unified champion at 147. I think Jaron Ennis's resume is at least as good as Virgil Ortiz's is. Maybe not at the weight class because he hasn't been at the weight class as long. Cantrell said Turkey really came in the boxing game and fucked it all the way up. Yeah, man. Jermaine O'Frill said, man, you taught me a lot yesterday. The show was over, but which I saw and seen about Floyd, that was so true. Look, Chicago, what up, Chicago, Chicago town stand up. What's going on, David Hemphill? How you feeling, brother? Man, it feels so good for y'all to be in the comment section, man, chopping it up with me, man. Thank you guys for leaving comments in the comment section. GTD versus Pac-Man. I don't know, man. You might have to give me Manny Pac-Man on that. At 135, I might have to go with Manny Pacquiao on that. I can't deny Manny Pacquiao can fight his ass off. Manny Pacquiao is significantly bigger than Gervonta too. I was amazed. I learned a lot. Hey, I'm glad that you did. I'm glad you learned a lot. I try to be of service to people. I try to get provide valuable information. Woo, Martin, going off the topic a little bit. No worries. Can you sue an ICE federal agent? I mean, I don't know the law on that. I don't know how the law. I mean, in a civil suit, personally, when they're doing the job of the federal government, probably not. Like, I don't think. I mean, for the murder, yeah, I guess you can. Probably if they murder you, you mean that? You mean the lady that got shot in that car? Her family, probably. Seeing as that was an incredible overreach. Stated that man didn't have to kill that lady, man. Man, ICE about to be going door to door, shit crazy. Hey, man, look, man, that's what you get. I mean, all I can say is we were warning people about that stuff for a very long time, that there's a certain element in the United States that will bum rush your door. Try to tell you guys, it's a very scary thing, man. It's a very scary thing for people out there in these streets. You know what I mean? It's a scary thing. I can understand why people would be, quite reticent about walking outside the door, man. Really, I would. Because these guys are not playing around, dog. And because guess what they are? They're white people. They don't fuck around. We tried to tell y'all they don't fuck around. Now y'all fucked around and found out. You know how that shit goes? You know that saying? Like, you got a chart like this. You know what I mean? Let me draw the chart for you. Here's the chart. All right, here's the chart for you. See that? This chart means the bottom here is fuck around, and this portion of it is where you find out. So the more, should I give it? The more you fuck around, the more you find out. And that's what y'all did with these white people in America stealing their goddamn jobs. They are not going to be receptive of you. No, they are not. We tried to tell you, but you don't want to listen. You guys want to be, you guys that you guys know everything, bro. Tried to tell you for years, bro. Tried to tell you for years, bro. Seriously, that's the fuck around and that's the fuck around and find out formula. That's the fuck around and find out formula. The more you fuck around, the more you find out. Okay? Yep. So I feel very bad. Blessings to you, Shaggy. I feel very bad for that lady's death. I really do. You know what I mean? I really do feel bad for her. Because she didn't deserve to die off that. Don't drive your car at a police officer. Don't do it. Don't yell and scream at the top of your lung to any police officer. Don't do it. That's my advice to young black people, old black people, every black person around. If the black people try to tell you, say she was trying to get the fuck. Yeah, she was trying to get the fuck. And then she got pop, pop, pop fast. You can't fuck around with these police officers, bro. You can't do it. Don't believe that your constitutional rights apply outside of court. Your constitutional rights apply once you get to court. Outside, they're going to shoot you. And then what good are your constitutional rights going to do you when you're in a body bag? Okay? That's why I'm saying, no, I'm going to try to be nice to the police officers that I see, try to stay out the way, try to stay quiet. They ain't even police officers. That's crazy. They have, let me tell you, let me define police officer. Anybody that has a badge on, a uniform, and a gun. If they got a uniform on and a gun, but most importantly, if they got a gun, you know what I mean? If they got a gun, most importantly, if they have a gun. Most importantly, if they have a gun. Second, most importantly, if they have a uniform on. Uniform with no gun, still, you should respect them because you never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Really? Really? That's not a smart way to go. It's not a smart way to go in life. It's not. It really is not, dog. They seem like militia. I mean, they look like militia. They behave like a militia. They are employed. They've got guns. They shooting people and snatching people off the street. They're a federal agency. The Immigration Customs Enforcement, ICE, immigration, isn't it Immigration's Customs Enforcement? They are law enforcement because they are enforcing the customs and the immigration. Blow 300 M Teddy Bear said, I work security and I carry a gun. I roll all my windows down before they get to the car. Yeah, hey, look, man. I seemed like that agent just wanted to shoot. Oh, it was very fast. Absolutely. It was very, very fast. It was a terrible thing. It was a terrible thing, bro. Anyway, I think I will answer these questions about who I want to fight Gervonta Davis to fight next. Because I want to get on to boxing. And I want to reiterate my policy for 2026. I just want people. Only thing that I want you to do is I want you to fight. And I don't care who it is that you fight, because honestly, people are just blowing smoke about about the best fighting the best, because we don't really know who the best is. That is a catchphrase that people often use that I personally, don't want to get into. So I know that when Gervonta announces who he's going to fight next, because I fully believe Gervonta is going to be back and announce who he's going to fight next. Errol fights next because I want to see Errol fight, and I believe that he's working out. He looks like he's in shape, so there's no reason for me to believe that he's not going to come back and fight. I just want these guys to fight anybody that gets in front of them. That's it. If somebody gets in the ring and fights you, I'm going to respect that guy for doing it and not complain and nag all year long. The only people that I'm going to nag about are the people that are doing all the fake call-outs. All of the fake call-outs. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. I don't even want to hear you call anybody out anymore. I want you just to shut up, and then when you have a fight, that's when you have a fight. Because I don't believe those call-outs are doing a damn thing whatsoever. What's up, Keelio Kane? Right, I need Thrilled to Life 921 said, right, I need Tank to get rolled over. These boxers calling him out after moving out of 135. Exactly. Khalid Muhammad, what is it, Khalid Ahmed? What's your opinion on Eddie Hearn making biggest fights in Saudi Arabia? What do you mean? Eddie Hearn is making the biggest fights in Saudi Arabia? I thought Turki Alashik made the fights in Saudi Arabia. If you mean, what do I think about Saudi Arabia having bigger fights? They don't have bigger fights. They have very small fights in very small venues in Saudi Arabia. They're very small fights in Saudi Arabia. Those are small fights. Not a lot of people see them because they're on DAZN, and not a lot of people go because they're in Saudi Arabia. You guys, I see a lot of press. Saudi Arabia puts their name everywhere. You know what I mean? Like they put a stamp on everything, but I don't see them putting on the biggest fights. I see you guys saying that they're paying a lot of money, but just because you pay a lot of money doesn't make the fight big, especially if your fight loses money. You hear what I mean? Especially if your fight loses money. Khalid Ahmed. Eddie Hearn can take his ass back to the UK and compete all they want. Eddie Hearn can't compete with Dana White and TKO. Yeah. Eddie Hearn can't compete with Dana White and TKO. Eddie's a European promoter. Get the fuck out of here. You're not going to you're not going to compete with him. He better be he need to be worried about competing with Oscar De La Hoya. He need to worry about competing with the PBC. What's he trying to compete with Eddie Hearn? He's not dominating anybody in the American market. So what is Eddie's just blowing smoke, trying to get into a fight and get himself some publicity, bro. But Eddie, take your ass back to the UK. Dana White and TKO are in the United States. That's what I think of it. Almost nothing of it. Because Eddie Hearn need to compete with Frank Warren. Eddie Hearn getting his ass kicked by Frank Warren. I would think Eddie Hearn would focus on Frank Warren over there in the UK. Because the number one promoter with Saudi Arabia is not Eddie Hearn. It's Frank Warren. Frank Warren was the guy with the Saudi relationship, not Eddie Hearn. Pay attention to who got all the fights. Not Matchroom, Frank Warren. So take your ass back to the UK. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Eddie talk a lot of shit, but Eddie ain't doing shit. Eddie couldn't get a fight between Virgil Ortiz. Eddie can't get a fight between Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. Can't get a fight for Jaron Ennis. Had to cut deals to get the fights with Jaron Ennis that he got. The Stanionis one, you know, hey, PBC did him a solid and let him have Stanionis. Now, you know, and for Eddie Hearn to say that he thinks he's the greatest promoter that's ever lived, he says he's got to believe that. No, Eddie, you don't have to believe that. You need to sit down and stop talking about your legacy so fucking much and just do your job. You know what I mean? What are you worried about being one of the greatest of all time for, boy? That's horse shit. Just make fights. Stop playing. Don't get tricky. You know what I mean? Don't get cute. Like Donald Trump just said, don't get cute. You know what I mean? And make some money. What's up, Ebenezer? Ebenezer. Say good morning, Fanon. Salute. A brother just wanted to watch some great boxing matches with great promotion, not just some money grab fight. We don't want to see. No. I want to see a money grab fight. I don't give a shit. That's you. Not me. Not me. I want to see an easy breezy ass whooping 3 times a year. I do. I want to see Gervonta in the ring. He can get a cash grab. All of these fights are cash grabs. All of boxing. Boxing matches by definition are cash grabs. So on the real, I'm not fucking tripping. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the guys fight and get paid. That's it. I don't mind them getting paid as long as they're fighting on a regular basis. I would love to see Errol fight 3 times in a year. Gervonta fight 3 times in a year. The Charlos fight 3 times in a year. Gary Antoine Russell fight 3 times in a year. I would love to see that stuff. I like to see Gervonta. I like to see Deontay. The one thing I'm happy about, Deontay Wilder got a fight with Usyk, but they're not making it in Saudi Arabia. I do believe, and we'll see if it pans out that way, that it's going to be in the United States. So no, man, I'm not really tripping too much on Saudi boxing, man. Saudi boxing's I think their fights were fixed, several of them. I think several of their fights were fixed. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think several of those fights were fixed. And I don't like it, man. I wasn't talking to you, Ebenezer. I'm speaking of the Saudi Arabia waste. Oh, I mean, it's a lot of wasted money. But I mean, look, if it's in Saudi Arabia and Saudi Arabia wants to pay this to have boxing matches in Saudi Arabia, more power to them. Who am I to say that people should not fight in Saudi Arabia? I never said that. If you can have boxing matches in Saudi Arabia, that's cool. I'm an American boxing fan, and if I'm paying for it, I want to pay for fights that are in the United States. I don't want to pay for fights that are in Saudi Arabia. So as long as you just air the fight, I wouldn't have a problem. Thank you. Thank you. Let me back up a little bit. They fight in Saudi Arabia. Is that tax-free? No, it's not. You still got to pay your federal income tax. You might as well be fighting in Texas. You know what I mean? You might as well be fighting in Texas. Right? They probably have to pay Saudi Arabian taxes too. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't have to pay Saudi Arabian taxes. I don't know if it's tax-free or not. Somebody said what is it? I don't know. There's some Arab countries that there's no tax. Good job. I like it. Good for you all. Go ahead and spend your own money though on these fights. Because I don't see the purpose. Anyway, back to this level of competition stuff. I am more concerned about the level of complaining. Hey, man, Fern, thank you, brother. I appreciate y'all, man. He said, let's start the day off right. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you for that $5 holler. Bill Burr, what's up, Troy Hutch? Bill Burr taking a lot of flack for doing a comedy show in Saudi. Dave Chappelle said he getting paid and can say whatever he wants in Saudi. He said the U.S. will try to censor him. Look, yeah, I don't have a problem with people making money in Saudi Arabia, as long as Saudi Arabia is actually paying the money. If Saudi Arabia is actually paying the money, I don't have any problem with that. But if Saudi Arabia is not paying the money, and especially for the shit going on in the United States, then Turkey should shut the fuck up talking about American boxing and stick to the fights that he's making, because he's highly offensive to me. That's my personal opinion. I find the charade of Turki Alashik to be disturbing. Okay? There's no reason for you to try to be the biggest person every place on the planet. We already have promotional companies in the United States. We have everything we need. And the information in the sports is getting so ridiculously fucking expensive. And you're trying to make it even more expensive by actually, they can't even do it anymore. They went the opposite direction on them. Anyway, they went the opposite direction on them. You know? So that's my thought on those guys. Unless they get paid in crypto. Yeah, man, I'm just not a big fan, bro. I mean, I'm not a big fan. And plus, the supporters of Turki Alashik, they're obnoxious. Turki Alashik has fans, man fans. Like, people used to say Al Heyman has man fans because people were like, yeah, go Al Heyman, go Al Heyman. T. Orlando said, paid on net profits. You know what I mean? Saudi Arabia does not tax your income. Okay, but the United States does. The United States does. When they pay you that money in Saudi Arabia, you got to pay your U.S. taxes. You don't go earn money in other countries and be a U.S. resident and not have to pay taxes, bro. If you use that money, hits your bank account, you got to pay taxes. So, yeah, Saudi doesn't tax, but the U.S. does. You might as well go ahead and, it's anywhere you're going to get taxed in the United States on that. Or will you? Because there's, Texas, there's no income tax. So, no, there's no income. You don't get taxed in Texas. Bring it back here, you pay taxes. Yeah, man, you got to pay taxes. Yeah, cats trying to act like you ain't got to pay any taxes on your Saudi money. Nah. Turkey wants to be the Trump of boxing is the problem. He thinks he can take fighter to make fights using their promotion company by throwing out money he doesn't have. Yeah, pretty much. AJ got taxed in the U.S. and then in the U.S. and then in the U.K. Yep, you're going to get smacked. You're going to get smacked up when you make that much money or when you make money. Shaggy said, no lie, preach for nine stuff getting wild out here, man. They just act like, man, they just crazy out here, man. Troy said, facts. AJ made $90 million and Jake Paul and had to pay UK taxes, US taxes, $40 million total after taxes. Yeah, if he actually made that much money, bro. Man, that's crazy, bro. Man, the Gervonta Davis did not get that fight, and they scammed us on that Gervonta Davis shit. I am, dude, let me tell you the big scams, a couple big scams. Ryan Garcia, I think that shit was a scam. That Osterine shit, I think that shit's a scam, bro. I think I don't believe it, man. I thought that shit was a scam. Tyson Fury, the second fight with Deontay Wilder, that was a scam. AJ versus John Ruiz, I think that shit was a scam. Even though it did later prove that AJ doesn't have a chin. I just think it's a scam. For now, hey, what's up, Robin Soda? So for now, what's good, brother? What you think about DAZN upping their subscription price and including 12 pay-per-view a year? Oh my God, I don't lie, I hate it, man, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to pay for that shit. I'm gonna buy it on DAZN. I'm gonna buy this shit on. Hopefully, the shit will be on. It's gonna be on Amazon Prime. I'll probably buy it on Amazon Prime. Is the pay-per-view? The only shit I want to see this Tio shit. I want to see Tio and Shakur, man. I want to see that fight. I ain't gonna lie, dog. I want to see Tio and Shakur. Yep. Some states don't have state taxes, but all have federal taxes. Yep. Because, yeah, everywhere they got federal tax. Hey, Martin, Texas still has to pay. Yeah. I know everybody got to pay federal tax as long as you're in the United States. You got to pay federal taxes. You have to pay federal taxes for sure. Yep. I'm saying you might as well, but if you're in Illinois, you got to pay state taxes, state income tax, federal income tax, versus in Texas where you just pay federal income tax. I think the issue is in Texas that you have is your property taxes. But our property taxes seem to be manageable. EJ versus Bud. I know people think. Let me see. Troy Hutch said EJ versus Bud. I know folks think I'm crazy, but something was wrong with brother EJ. I'll stop complaining. I mean, look, man. Goddamn. Here's my thing with the Bud Errol fight. It was just so many things. They conspired for Errol Spence Jr.'s performance to be in that state. So many different things came together to make that such a terrible performance. You know what I mean? Not the least of which is the unreal ability of that dude to gain size and strength as he moved up. They could not have foreseen. Yeah, the ribs, the car accidents, the all kind of shit. I'm just saying, man. A whole lot of shit conspired against Canelo. I'm telling you, man, I don't trust that dude, man. I don't trust anything around that camp. I don't. There's just some niggas out there that are very good at being sneaky as fuck. You know? I don't trust sneaky ass. I just don't trust sneaks. Victor Conte is a sneak. Bill Haney is a sneak. That's what they look like to me. And I see them behaving as sneaks. I don't like that camp. That camp is sneaky. Bud Crawford's camp always struck me as sneaky. And you can't trust a sneak. You really can't. You can't trust a sneak, and you can't trust a thief. Yeah, that's that word, that Bud word, that hurts, man. Have you heard why Keyshawn dropped Bomac? He said he learned everything he needed to learn. And he wants to go back to Camden, and he wants to create a camp like Terrence, like Bud, like Bomac and that team has in Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, I heard what they said. Errol just let Bud take total advantage of him because he wanted to be undisputed. Yeah. You know? Yeah, I didn't like a lot of that shit. I didn't like anything about it, bro. I really didn't. I don't, and trust me, all the cheating before and since, I definitely don't like it. Wilder says somebody tampered with his water bottle in the second Fury fight. There are all types of foul, sneaky shit that go in on boxing. Margarito and his hand wraps. Can't stand a cheater. I mean, look, I'm just saying you can't trust somebody that's sneaky. You can't. And it starts with the smallest amount of being sneaky. You can't trust somebody that's sneaky. You can't. Somebody that thinks they're cute and somebody that thinks they're sneaky, you can't trust them. You can't trust them. And I just don't trust them. I don't. Eddie Hearn, don't trust him. I trust Al Heyman better because I ain't never heard Al Heyman say nothing. So there's no reason not to trust him. Errol should have went to 54 and fought Zoo or Thurman, but he's hard-headed. Yeah. But maybe he could have lost there and not made anywhere near the money. Because he made a lot of money. He's been on vacation for like 2 years. He's been working out, letting his body recover for a couple years now. Blover said, I think Bomac asked for more money for him and his team. Keyshawn just wanted us to know the real thing. I think Bomac asked for more money for him and his team. Keyshawn just don't want us to know the real reason. It could be. I mean, look, bro, yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. Ain't that what Derek James said to Errol Spence? That's what Derek James said. He said yesterday's prices ain't today's prices. And guess what? That's exactly what Derek James did. He sued after the very next fight. He sued. He sued Errol Spence Jr. for $2 million. Like I said, I don't like coincidences, bro. I do not like coincidences, man. Don't like coincidences. I don't like coincidences. Oh my God, that's hilarious, man. Thank you for that $5 holler, man. Thank y'all for putting some color in the chat. I heard Bomac let Keyshawn go because he found out Keyshawn was eating his snacks. Hey, man, that'll get your ass whooped eating on that man's snacks, bro. Hey, man, no joke. Andre Smith said, morning, Fanon. Errol and Tank still the face of boxing. Man, Errol and Tank are both more popular than any of those active fighters that are doing all that shit talking. Let me say that again. Errol Spence and Gervonta Davis are bigger names than all them clowns doing all that shit talking. And I mean, I'm going to name them. Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, God damn, my hand's stiff. Man, I gotta rehydrate or something. Thank you, brother. Hey, man, any color in the chat is supported, bro. $2 hollers are loved. We welcoming all $2 hollers. Thank you, says salute. Just showing some support. Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, oh yeah, that was some. Yeah. He's like, man, you better get your hand off me, bro. You stretch. I need to stretch. Hold on. Man, I am so stiff. Got to stretch my fingers, man. Getting old. Bro, you know what? I'm getting old. Man, I got to stretch my hands and shit. Yeah, I need some yoga in this bitch. Hey, that man Troy said yoga, man. I need some yoga. No, I've been taking magnesium. I take magnesium every day. You probably need some magnesium. No, I take magnesium every day. I take magnesium every day. I've been walking more. I think that, anyway, it is what it is. I need more water. I probably need some more iron. Well, I've been taking iron. First, I don't feel bad. We all getting old. Yeah, man. I'm out here typing and shit. Anyway. Me too. I take magnesium glycate at nighttime as a sleep aid. I didn't know taking it at night as a sleep aid. I'll take it at night too. 19, yeah, I got you by a decade, but yeah, we there. We there. Yeah. Oh, I'll see. Anyway, what was I going to say, man? I was saying some shit. Hold on, back up and read this again. I still think Tank and Errol should be the same card in Vegas. Oh, PBC is already in the mix. PBC ain't out of the mix. PBC is very much in the mix. Don't you see all these PBC fighters fighting? There's a bunch of PBC fighters that have fought on DAZN. Rolly Romero beat up Ryan Garcia and blew the whole thing. Didn't you remember that? When Rolly beat Ryan Garcia? Dog, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Ryan, that should be upset of the year. I don't know if anybody gave the award for upset of the year to Rolly Romero. Man, what's going on, Just Do Boxing? Chilling, bro. You say, yeah, it's a lot of different magnesium out there. Yeah, I take magnesium glycate, but it feels better now that I stretched. I think I need to stretch. I hope I need to stretch. I went to the doctor. I got all my blood tests and shit, and everything was good. You know what I mean? I just think sometimes I just put too much stress on my hands. Anyway, I'll keep stretching with my old ass. That's the one thing. See? Oh, nigga, crackling shit. That's the one thing I will say that y'all was right about me. I am old. Errol need a main event this year. Yeah. I mean, neither one of those guys are undercard fighters, man. Errol and Gervonta are both headliners for sure. And Errol's going to be huge in Texas. I just want him to fight anybody because it's going to be a huge deal when he comes back. You know what I mean? No, Errol Spence Jr. is not washed. We'll see if he's washed or not. He looked washed in one fight. He didn't look washed before that. Shame on you, T. Orlando. Shame on you, T. Orlando. Earl been away 2 years. He posted that shit and it's breaking news. I'm telling you, man. He can go away, chill on out, and I want to see the guy come on back. Yeah, because he's in the gym. Get it back, man. Get it back. You know what I thought was funny, man? That dude was talking about how these people acting like his girlfriend ain't black. That shit can get on your nerves, bro. That shit can get on your nerves, get on your nerves. But hey, man, always good to see you, Just Do Boxing. I got to stop by and listen to your show sometime, man. Yeah, exactly. Nah, Errol, listening to T Orlando, dog. T Orlando is king troll. Too bad, man. Has anybody seen Terry Schmoot? God, dog, has anybody seen Terry Schmoot, man? Man, I hate that I haven't seen Terry Schmoot, and I don't think I've seen Terry Schmoot in a year. Or he came by maybe for a second, man. But if anybody ever seen Terry Schmoot, man, what's going on with Terry Schmoot? Yeah, everybody's washed as soon as they get knocked out. It is what it is. Yeah, he got beat up bad, though. It was a terrible thing. That was a terrible thing to behold, man. I had a really bad feeling about that fight, too. The day of that fight, man, my stomach was turning. I was trying to relax. I couldn't relax. I was like, oh, my God. I just felt like I could see it coming, man. If you watched Muhammad Ali fight Joe Frazier after the layoff, most would assume he was washed, but he had the rumble in the jumble left in him. One loss, not enough to call him done. I agree. What's up, that dude named Dave? You said that idiot from Quam talking about who is and not black about Errol. Yeah. What's Quam? What's Quam? Quam, yeah, dog, seriously. I had a Nigerian tell me I wasn't black. I had a Nigerian tell me, oh, and I'm so glad that Twitter lets people know your location so you cannot be out there in Africa acting like you're a black American, trying to dip and dap with your little con jobs. Bro, the province of Quam. Province of Quam. Man, I know what that shit is. Hold on one second. What is Quam, nigga? Where is Quam? Quam. Oh, Quam. Oh, Qom province of Iran. You talking about Iran? Iran. It's in America. Oh, you're talking about Guam or no? You talking about Guam or Quam? Guam. If you're talking about Guam, that's like G. Guam. If you're talking about Guam, I got that. Jamel said, I remember when the fight was announced officially, your whole demeanor. No. You got me fucked up. My whole demeanor did not change. No, it did not. I had the same demeanor every step of the way. I always said the same thing about that fight, that Terrence Crawford could win that fight. I wanted Errol to win, and I thought Errol would, and I said Errol would win. I rode with Errol, but I said the entire time that I know full well that Terrence Crawford could win that fight. My demeanor did not change at all. I said it the whole time. I said it for 5 years. I think I said this shit for like 4 years consistently. I'm not stupid. I know full well that Terrence Crawford can fight. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you one time I only don't play. What said Fonzby? I'll tell you one time only I don't play internet game. Go find somebody safe to play with. Clown. Hey, Just Who Boxing ain't fucking around. Hey, man, please leave that nigga alone. Fonzby, please leave that man alone. Because, yeah, like cats like to play with people that ain't safe to play with. Oh, man. Hilarious. Lister said you were cooking yesterday. What was I cooking on yesterday, man? What was I cooking on yesterday? Probably y'all stealing this damn money was probably what I was cooking on yesterday. This con man. Let me get back to something, though. Oscar De La Hoya was being very disrespectful to Errol Spence Jr. when he referred, hey, man, thank you. Somebody supporting the cat. Hey, man, thank you, bro. My guy, Bird 101s with the $10 holler. Thank you, man, for the $10 holler, brother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know. I don't know why his reason would. Let me tell you something, though. Man, y'all running a scam. 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 Ain't none of y'all popular at all. Let's get this right. No, Jermel, I'm telling you the damn truth, bro. My demeanor didn't change for shit. I had the same demeanor the entire time. Same thing. 4 straight years. Errol is my favorite fighter, or one of my favorite fighters. Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. I had him as my #1 pound-for-pound fighter the entire time. I had Terrence Crawford as my #1 pound-for-pound, and I think I had Errol Spence somewhere around number 4, 3 or 4. So no, my demeanor never changed. I'm just telling you the day of the fight that I felt bad. I had a bad feeling the day of the fight. And one of the things that you know about boxing is that it really does matter what you think the day of the fight. I wasn't taking any bets on the fight. Nobody bet me. I never put any, not that I ever bet, but I didn't bet anybody on the fight. People tried to bet me on that fight, and I wouldn't take bets on that fight. I felt the same thing about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? Just what it is. You know? But my demeanor definitely did not change. The only person where my demeanor changed, and I will be very clear about how my demeanor changed. My demeanor changed about Bill Haney. That's somebody who, in relation to him, my demeanor changed significantly. I changed my demeanor with Bill Haney, for sure. I used to be very polite and deferential and altruistic to Bill Haney. I cut that shit all the way out. I cut that shit all the way out because he disrespected me. So, yeah, I absolutely changed my demeanor with him. I didn't even change my demeanor with Bud when Bud talked crazy to me. Bud's demeanor with me changed once he got that fight, which is why another reason I don't trust that whole thing. Because I know some sneaky niggas in that general area. Very sneaky ones. And they like to play cute. You know what I mean? People like to play cute. So anyway, I will say to restate my response to that, Jamel. No, I never changed my demeanor with that. I always thought that. Only thing that I ever changed my demeanor on was the Haneys. Because they act fucking buffoons. No joke. Terrence Crawford doesn't act as big a buffoon as they act. They act buffoons. So I can't really deal with that shit. I don't like that shit. You know what I mean? Plus, they are fake as hell. I don't know that Bud buys views. You know what I mean? Bud, whatever Bud does, I don't think Bud buys views. I don't think Bud runs hit campaigns on people. You know what I mean? I don't think Bud tries to start a bunch of shit with people, ruin people's names, probably fuck around with them outside of boxing, trying to connive and get certain shit done with because they think they so sneaky, you know? Check Jason, what's up? Yeah, those are the only people that I really changed my demeanor with. Oh, Blue Blood. I changed my demeanor with him too. Because I got sick of the horse shit. Dead sick of the horse shit. I'm not that cat. You know what I'm saying? This is for real over here. This is not make-believe. You know what I mean? This is not make-believe. There ain't no false flagging over here. I'm not sending no signals. You don't see me at the 7-Eleven. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of guy. So I changed my demeanor with him because I got sick of that horse shit. And you're not doing that horse shit to me. I don't know who you Negroes are used to dealing with, but I'm not like that. Trust me. It's no easy money over here. You thought it was easy money, though, because it was coming easy. But, oh, it ain't so easy now. You like bitches who run forward. What is this? What? Fanon don't buy Slurpees at the 7-Eleven. Hell no. I don't buy no Slurpees at the 7-Eleven, dog. I ain't trying to hear it. Now, those are the people that I changed my demeanor with. I changed my demeanor with Claymore Rain. That's called changing your demeanor. Just Do Boxing, you will attest. I acted an absolute buffoon on Claymore Rain on Just Do's channel. I changed my demeanor with him. Trust you me. Because I didn't like him nor Ray Jackson playing, not Ray Jackson, I'm sorry. Ray Jackson, that's my dude. Do what you got to do, Ray. You my guy. What I'm talking about is I played no fucking games with him and Ray Davis. These clowns out here talking crazy and trying to play me stupid. And that's where, to be honest, that's when everything started going downhill for you guys. When you guys started having too many people playing me, trying to play me stupid, you overdid it. Going back to the well too many times, bro. Got your asses busted. What is this? TDND don't fuck with Ray Davis either. Who is that? I don't even know who TDND is. Fanon, how you feel about Dalton Smith knocking Subriel Matias ass out? And do you agree? You agree on early stoppages? Look, bro. First of all, Subriel Matias plays defense with his face. Okay? I do have a problem with people that play defense with their face. All right? Subriel Matias. Oh, that dude named Dave? Oh, okay. Oh, TND. Okay, thank you. Oh, T. Orlando said, oh, that dude named Dave don't fuck with Ray Davis either. Man, that guy is a clown, bro. First of all, Ray Davis dumbass is fucking botted me. He botted me on Twitter, but forgot that his account was Ray Davis. He thought he was on the wrong account when he botted me. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Or maybe he didn't think that I was going to check my messages or something. But he was just out there talking loose as shit because I don't know why he thought I wasn't going to respond. Anyway, yeah, dog, I got real aggressive over there with that dude on both them clowns over there on Just Do Boxing channel, bro. Ray Davis, Kevin Durant and Flip Mafana. Hey, bro, that man called me Bob Ross like I'm painting pictures or some stupid shit. And I was like, first of all, that shit's not even funny, Ray. That shit's not funny, Ray. What kind of joke is that? That's not humorous. Calling me Bob Ross? Like, what's the reference for that? I'm a painter. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. That dude named Dave said, Ray tried me last year on his Timo phone and no one could hear him. Yeah, those were wild-ass boys, bro. That's why I'm saying that was like the beginning of the end of you clowns, bro. Because you guys just overdid it, dog. You were in trouble. You tried to get it. You're trying to have us. You were over here selling Turki Alashik every day. Selling Devin Haney. Devin Haney is an undercard fighter. Wooka, wooka, wook. Devin is an undercard fighter. Whoop, whoop. Y'all boy is an undercard fighter. Y'all fucked around and became a $12 million undercard fighter. Crazy. Yes, he do with his face. Eventually, you're gonna get knocked back. Yeah, man. Come on, man. You fighting with your face, bro. You're not supposed to be fighting with your face. IF with Devin Haney. He fights folk. Who'd he fight? Who Devin Haney fight? Devin Haney ain't ever fought nobody. Yeah, he may lose, but he fought him. You know? Everybody fights somebody, man. Tank fights people. Shakur fights people. Damn, Teofimo Lopez fights people. Terrence Crawford fights people. They all fight people. I don't know necessarily if I would call what Devin Haney does is necessarily fighting, though. You know what I mean? Well, look, you're at Khalil Kane said, do you agree on early stoppages? Well, early is a subjective term. I prefer an early stoppage to a late stoppage. I would prefer that. I would prefer early to a late one. Right on time is probably the best. You know what I mean? Not too early, not too late. However, it's very difficult to judge the referee at the time that he does it. There's a lot of stoppages for Oscar De La Hoya that I thought were bad stoppages because he just started going and throwing a bunch of punches on a guy. You know, like you start like flurrying on somebody and they stop the fight because you're flurrying. Those are terrible stoppage. Rolly Romero's stoppage on that guy, that old man, I can't remember what his name is, but he looked like he's like 50. When Rolly didn't even land a punch and he got that stoppage. Haney fought Norman, Ryan, Prograis, Loma, Kambosos, Linares, Gamboa. I enjoy those fights. Who'd Gamboa ever fight? Who'd Linares ever fight? Who'd Kambosos ever fight? Who'd Rebus Prograis ever fight? Who did Ryan ever fight? Who did Norman ever fight? Type all that shit out. Let me give you a taste of the medicine that people try to give me all the time. Let me just ask you a bunch of questions. Who did he fight, though? 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 Who did you? But nah, man. Who did he fight, though? Bro, I'm not hating on Devin Haney's fights. I'm just saying that Devin Haney ain't fight nobody. By the definition of Devin Haney's fans, Devin ain't fought nobody. If Gervonta ain't fought nobody, fuck that bullshit. Devin ain't fought nobody either. Okay? I'm not trying to hear it. If Gervonta ain't fought nobody, neither is Devin, neither is Shakur, neither is T.O., neither of them have. Okay? Who's GKJ? Who's George Kambosos Jr.? Was undisputed. Yeah. No, he wasn't. He was never undisputed. No, Kambosos wasn't undisputed, and even because Kambosos only beat the guy that beat the guy. Anyway, you know what that was, man. Here comes the Haney echo chamber. I said Devin Haney. It was absolutely an invitation, man. Hey, man, if y'all don't mind, please support the chat. It's the only way we can continue to do these live streams. You can do it by hitting the like button, or you can share the live stream, or you can put something in the super chat or Cash App, which would be great. The best are the last two options. However, please participate in the chat. You can also leave comments in the comment section and ask questions if you would like. Unless you're a troll, which will get you blocked. Because, dog, we ain't playing. I'll actually play the game more. But for real, Errol Spence Jr. was very much disrespected by, hold on, Kilo said, I noticed you said that the second Fury fight was strange, but do you believe that the media turned against everyone against Deontay Wilder, and a lot were saying Tyson Fury's gloves were loaded? Absolutely, the media turned against Deontay Wilder. Absolutely, they did. They did, 100%. What's going on, Bruce Gas? Yeah, you can troll all you want here, Orlando. I ain't tripping. Trolling is part of the game. I'm not tripping at all. Troll away. I want to see them clip the link. Devin Haney. All right. Devin Haney fan. I'll debate any Devin Haney fan that's getting, but you got to be getting paid. You got to get paid. No, seriously, they're smart asses. Like my guy, what's the guy's name? Not Starborn. I fucks with Starborn. What's my guy? He, frequent flyer would always get on right when I'm about to end the live stream. He would jump on. What's next? PBC card, Manny, Thurman, or Tank. I think the next one that I know about is March 31st or March 21st? 21st or 31st. And I think it's going to be the Mario Barrios card with Ryan Garcia. I think that might be in February. I consider that to be a PBC card because there's a PBC fighter fighting on it. Shout out to Frequent Flyer. Oh my God, that nigga would always wait. So I'm right about to get off, man. Nah, Joette was the dude Shakur won his first title against. He was dating Joette. Oh, you're talking, okay. The man got a dent in his head from that fight. Look, man, all I'm saying is, look, the media chooses to support who they choose to support. That's simple. That's simple. The media is going to support who they all get together and decide they're going to support. And they are very, very, very arrogant and very vindictive and very much on the take. Very much on the take, bro. Very much on the take. See, we don't get callers in anymore. Because all the debating is over with, bro. What you gonna do when they look for you? I told you Negro was gonna wind up in jail. I hate that it wound up happening. You know what I mean? I hate that I said some of y'all was gonna wind up in jail. And it wind up happening. I really hate that happened. Is this why no one will say Pitbull was robbed? I don't know what you mean. You have to give me something on that. Hell, I'll even take Twin versus Plant. Oh, they got that coming up. I thought they already agreed to that fight. My question is, hold on one second. Hey, give me 1 second, man. Give me a short timeout. I won't leave you hanging, though. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry that y'all don't like me whistling.
Dude, like my heart, bro. Like Tank. Like I had that little nigga with me at 14, 13, bro. His mama and them had to drive to Cincinnati to come get that nigga away from me, bro. Like this is my real little brother.
Yeah.
Like for real, bro.
Did you ever see him spar any of them?
Yeah.
What happened? Who he sparred?
Y'all know what happened, man.
I don't know.
He sparred Devin, right? And
you was there?
hell yeah, I was there. And he sparred in About Billion shirt.
Gervonta?
Yeah. He got right off the plane, was fucking around, and went to the gym and sparred Devin. And I was about to fight Sean Porter. We was at Floyd gym, packed. I just had weighed in, right? And we went to the gym. It's packed, it's hot. They get in there. Tank hit that nigga. He hit him, boom. Then he hit him again, and he went out. I jumped in the ring. Because at the time, Devin is 17. I'm like, hell no, this is a kid. Hell no, it's gonna fall on us. If you know what I mean?
I'm sorry, man. I had to give you a little bit of entertainment while I did something. I got a little bit of good news. Question: why can Kell Brook and Dalton Smith knock out fighters who were positive for Osterine, but Devin can't? where Brooks and Smith on something stronger, or just because they say PEDs the only way to beat Devin? The last of that. The last of that. The last of that. I want to remind you, we already got Gervonta Davis on tape whooping Devin's ass. Just Dubai said you ain't right. Hey man, thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much for that, bro. Oh, hey, Dre's finest said Saudi paying with Bitcoin. Hey man, look, bro. I told you they was playing with crypto, and that net profit shit is hilarious, bro. Didn't Liam Perro or somebody get paid with a house? He said, I'm a king of hate and I got a reputation. Seriously, man, why can Kell Brook and Dalton Smith knock out fighters who are positive for Ostarine? That would be who? Amir Khan was knocked out by Kell Brook, and Dalton Smith knocked out Subriel Matias, and they were on Ostarine. Were Brooks and Smith on something stronger, or they just or that much better because they say PED's the only way to beat Devin? Let me tell you something, dog, for sure. Let me tell you something, dog. Devin Haney is like I said, bro, I just don't fuck with Bill. What can I say? I don't fuck with Bill. I don't like Bill. Don't fuck with Bill. And I find it hilarious, bro, that these dudes talk so much shit about that sparring session for so long. And then I got a tape of Devin getting slapped around the ring. And yes, there were sections in there, admittedly, that Devin did some good work in sparring. But, bro, that little nigga was whooping his ass. And I ain't trying to hear none of the shit you talking about. All right? Those were big-ass sparring gloves on. Gervonta Davis walked away from him, got sucker punched. It showed character flaws. Floyd showed all kind of character flaws, grabbing on his arm and all kind of crap like that. Terrible, 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 terrible. They used illegal immigrants to destroy democracy. They're already destroying that. What? Illegal immigration didn't destroy democracy? Huh? How did illegal immigration destroy democracy? Democracy was destroyed. Well, dog, a democracy in this country is illegal immigration. You kidding me? Look, seriously, the entire U.S. government is illegal immigration. They just came over and took the shit. That's illegal immigration, bro. The whole thing is illegal immigration, dog. The whole thing is. Like, seriously, without illegal immigration, you wouldn't have democracy. Unless democracy already existed here, which probably already did. Which it probably already did, and it got bastardized, but it is what it is. I don't want to get into a great amount of political science today. Phoenix the Assassin helping this show huge, though. Question, why Devin trying to clown Africa for turning down $2 million when he sued his baby mama to get gifts back to make up for net profit deals? Bro, he said it was a costume purse. Give it back. That's what he said. He said he only bought it for show. Give me my shit back. I only bought it to you for show. So you could walk around with it as a business expense. So I could not give me my shit back. Give me my purses back. So I can give one to the next. You know what I mean? I heard Floyd Mayweather knows somebody that if I give him these purses and $60,000 in cash, I can get my hands on $2 million, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I didn't like Floyd doing that to Tank. That was so unfair. Hey, man, thank you, man, supporting today, bro. Thank you so much, man. Jeep Red Boy said, Phoenix is because Devin is soft as Twinkie Fillins. His new name is Bootney Farnsworth. Bill has to hypnotize him before the fights. Man, I love that movie, bro. Bootsy Farnsworth, man. Bootsy's Farnsworth, man. That shit was hilarious, bro. Oh, OT Marzi said, how you going to be a trick and cheat? Man, it's like, thank you so much for this color in this chat, bro. For real. Fantasy Assassin said, question, why Devin talking about other fighters not making money he getting, but had to do weed and cryptocurrency commercials on Instagram? Man, they was pimping that dude out like a trade dollar. Like, dog, they sell the idea that they make a lot of money, bro. Devin, an Indian giver, I ain't trying to hear that, Barbara D. I'm not trying to hear that, bro. How you trying to you trying to take the purse back? I can see her giving you the shit back. Like, man, get out of my life, take this shit and get on. If she did it, I can understand it. You're not gonna, I mean, dog, look, dog, if you're not gonna give her anything out of the deal, come on, man, she's gonna want a purse, bro. Look, man, if you can't give the woman what she wants for whatever reason, like either you don't like girls or you just are genetically inferior and really can't give her what she wants. I have a suspicion, Negro, it's the first of the two. I have a suspicion you don't like. So, dog, if you can't give her any love and affection, if you can't really give her any love and affection because it's just not in your system, dog, at least you could do is let her keep the fucking purse, man, for having to walk around with you, bro. You know what I mean? She ain't getting none. Ain't that what that little girl, what's that girl say? What that girl say? Bad baddie, what's her name? Bad baddie, the girl outside, to watch yourself. What? Catch me outside, girl. The catch me outside, girl. Ain't that what she said that you? He wasn't hitting nothing. He said, man, he ain't hitting on nothing. If you not hitting on nothing, you should let the girl have her purses, man. Don't take the purses too. You know what I mean? Don't take the purses too. Fugazi Negroes, bro. And high on Oscar. Who's that? Who's high on that Oscar's Coke? Man, Oscar is due, man. Anyway, let me get back to Oscar De La Hoya and disrespecting Errol. Acting as if Errol is a replacement for Jaron Ennis. If that is not some promotional sale, never have I ever seen one. That shit is absolutely ridiculous. Let me see. I think I got it. Deb needed his purses back. He didn't want to have to buy a new dress. That was a perfect match. Now, I'm serious. I'm just playing with you, Devin, man. I'm just trying to take shots at you, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just taking shots at you, dog. I'm just taking shots at you. Devin, yeah, I'm just taking shots at Devin. I think he's not a bad guy. Again, like I said, that old thing I just went through, just harken back to the comment that I can't remember the name of the person that said it, but that's it just harkens back that I didn't really change my demeanor after the Errol Spence fight was announced. I really didn't. Even though I will say, you got to respect. Hey, man, thanks, David Lynch, man. David Lynch said, $5 holler for the cause. Yeah, you can't trust a liar, man. That's my only problem with Bud. I still wish Bud well in life. I do, I'm glad that the police officer didn't pull the trigger, because, man, that's a very uncomfortable situation to be on, man, to be in. Having police officers pulling guns on you, that's a very uncomfortable situation to be in, bro. But I'm also going to tell you, if you're connected to these people stealing these people's money, I'm not surprised at all that you got a gun put in your face. I'm just going to tell you. You guys would be very, very surprised how connected, interconnected people are. You'll be surprised how many people that you just would not even know were related to each other. And people that don't even know that they're related to each other, they just have a connection. You know what I mean? It's weird how karma works. When you do something wrong to somebody, things a lot of times happen wrong to you. So I'd like to ask for forgiveness for anybody that I've truly done wrong. You know what I mean? I got the ultimate Devin Haney hate video explaining why Rolly has a better. Hey man, why don't you tell me, man? If you can hit the link, you can tell me now. I would love to hear your explanation for that. I really would. Hold on one second. Damn, I forgot where I was. Damn, I forgot where I was. Yeah, you can't trust a liar. Yeah, no, you can't trust a liar. You can't. Honestly, I think it's safe to say that you can't trust a lot of people. Because this is not a minority thing. But no joke, bro. For real. Isn't it weird how karma works? Like, seriously, if you put it out into the universe, it'll come back to you. So I really apologize for anybody that I put a lot of negative out. If I put a lot of negative energy out there on you, you know, other than if you like deserve it. Because if you kind of deserve it, you kind of deserve it. You know what I mean? And I don't want that energy to sit on my chest too much. Because really, sometimes if you don't confront certain amount of dumb shit, then the dumb shit will continue forever. So I confronted a lot of dumb shit in 2025 so that I don't have to confront that dumb shit in 2026. Mr. Miles said, do you think Bud could be as good as he is if he wasn't the type of person he is? Probably not. Probably not. No, that's your personality, man. You fight like your personality. He's sneaky. You know what I mean? Good job, brother. We all need to take accountability. Yeah, man. Like I don't want to do bad by people, man. If I've caught people wrong, kicked you out and you didn't deserve it, said something foul and aggressive to you when I mistook your message and all of that, you know, I do apologize, man, and I don't want to be mean to people. You know what I mean? I don't want to be mean to people. But if you had it coming, you had it coming. That's the other side of me. If you had it coming, dog, you had it coming. Nobody is duty bound to take your abuse. You know what I mean? Nobody is duty bound to take your abuse. And there's a lot of that used to go on YouTube, bro. Have you guys seen people doing hate videos of me lately? I don't mean to be egotistical for a second, but I haven't heard anybody doing a lot of hate videos on me anymore. I don't see any of those wild comments out there aggressively threatening people for talking to me and any of that other shit. King of Hating is in the building. What up, King of Hating? Please cook, bro. Would love to hear.
Hey, season greetings. New year, new ways to hate. You feel me?
You got a little feedback.
What? Hey, you hear me good now?
Say something.
Yo.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Yeah, man. Like what I was saying about Rolly and Devin, I had a discussion about this with some people the other day. You know, there's a. Well, I said it quite often, but there's a difference between athleticism and actual skill. And Roy Jones in the interview was saying like a lot of fighters these days, it's not really skills that you're seeing. They just showing who has better strength and conditioning training. You know, because they run around the ring a whole lot, and it's just like, okay, who get tired first, and then who can capitalize on that. They're not really showcasing a lot of skills. So like with Devin, his situation with Ryan, you know, it's kind of crazy. You know, they fought 6 times in the amateurs. And, you know, Rolly and Ryan, they sparred with each other in the Mayweather gym. And the thing about Devin that you notice is like, when he was in that fight with Ryan, one thing he did was like, he kept his hands low and kept them at home. Like he didn't really do anything to prevent Ryan from throwing his left hand. So you see when Tank fought him, you know, Tank is a southpaw, so his lead hand is lined up with Ryan's lead hand. So, he'd paw at it, throw a probing jab at it, and keep his hand in the way of the jab so Ryan couldn't work off the jab. And then Ryan would also have to switch angles if he wanted to go ahead and throw a left hook. He'd have to switch angles or take a step in to get around Tank's lead hand. So that was one way Tank knew which punch was coming. So if Ryan is switching angles, then he's probably going to try to throw a jab. If he's taking a step in, he's going to try to throw a left hook, and then he'll roll under it. And so we're keeping that lead hand out there to keep Ryan's lead hand busy, and that kept him from using it. But then you see Devin, he didn't do none of that. He just kept his hands at home. And then you fast forward to Rolly against Ryan, and Rolly was doing the same thing Tank was doing, even though as two orthodox fighters facing each other, you got your lead hands on opposite sides. Rolly was still probing at Ryan's lead hand. He was still jabbing at it. Whenever he seen Ryan step forward, he'd get out of range or roll out the way because he knew the left hook was coming. And it's like, okay, why is it that Devin is the one they say is the next coming of Floyd Mayweather? And Devin didn't do none of that shit. How come we seen Floyd do that in numerous fights? Like he did it most often, like distracting that lead hand. He did it most often against southpaws. If you go back and watch any of Floyd's fights against southpaws, his second fight I think was Richard Green. His second fight of his pro career was a southpaw. Then you got Zab Judah. I believe Sharmba Mitchell was a southpaw. They got Chop Corley, Victor Ortiz, Manny Pacquiao. You see, Floyd was doing that a lot. He didn't really do it so much against orthodox fighters. But like it's things like that where people are like, man, this boxer got high ring IQ, but then you don't see them do anything like that. They just wait for a moment where they can capitalize on being faster or having good reflexes so they can go ahead and do something. But then they're not going to go ahead and take away punches from you like that. And that's one thing that kind of helps defense become proactive because one, you're limiting their punch selection. And if you limit their punch selection, then you can use probability to figure out, okay, what they're most likely to throw based on the punch I'm limiting and where I'm positioned at. And that's a lot of what Floyd did. So he knew what punch he was going to throw before you threw it. And then maybe even if it's not the exact punch, he knows which hand you're going to throw it. But Devin don't do none of that. And people keep on talking about he's this high IQ boxer. But even with Brian Norman Jr., where he probably could have showcased a lot of that, Devin was still keeping his hands at home. Like he ain't learned from Ryan Garcia. And that's the thing for me. While I'm looking at it, like how are we gonna say that just because Rolly looked uncoordinated that he asked? I know that's the narrative a lot of people want to push, but shoot, going 24 rounds with George Kambosos. We saw Itty Bitty Loma put him away in what was it, 11 rounds, and then we seen Richardson Hitchens put Kambosos away, and then I forget who was I was talking to, but like, yo, how are we gonna say that Rolly wouldn't put Kambosos away after touching him? Unless Kambosos is secretly, this high quality ring technician and we ain't seen it yet. I mean, like he was close to being undisputed. He had 3 belts. Maybe them extra belts, he had a little extra boost in skill whenever he was fighting Devin. And as soon as he lost the belts, it was like Space Jam. All his boxing ability went away. He was sucked into them belts, he ain't had nothing left. So he was fighting the rest of the people after Devin. Maybe that was it. I'm trying to figure it out. But I think it's belts give people extra boxing ability. That's what I think that the Devin Haney people is running with. Because how else would they have Devin ranked as high as they have him ranked if that ain't the case?
Yeah, they do some wild stuff with the ranking of Devin. Even the mainstream media, when they put these shits out of they always put Devin's picture in that bitch. Like they all got an agreement to sell this clown. Because man, I call him a clown, but nah,
Yeah.
man.
Man, I ain't never seen nobody buy a cake for themselves after getting whooped. Like, come on now.
Oh, they knew the Austrian was in his system, dog. They already knew.
They already knew, but still, man, like
that's why they and still. They celebrated that he missed weight.
Man, and they let Turkey put him in a law office in the promo for the fight, and they wasn't even fighting each other. Like, come on. how, how, man.
Hey, Turkey was wrong for that. Turkey was funny for that shit. 1-800
Man,
call.
the fact that he went along with it though. Man. So, Devin Haney, DHP stands for
Hey,
what? Devin Haney
hey,
practicing.
let me do a little impromptu interview with you if you don't mind.
All right, what's good?
Who's your fighter of the year?
My fighter of the year. That's a tough one. Because we talking like just like the guys up there, or we talking about
Okay, I'll give you some names.
fighter of the year last year? Shoot, Rolly Romero was my fighter of the year last year. He saved the Times Square car, put Ryan Garcia away, and made Devin Haney look bad all in one night. And then
You got Rolly over Bam. You got Rolly over. You know, Bud Crawford was fighter of the year.
Because he got a fake undisputed because he ain't paying no sanction fees.
Come on.
That's the way it's been. Floyd didn't pay sanction fees against Shane Mosley, so he wasn't recognized as a champion after beating Shane. Carlos Baldomir, when Zab Judah was the last undisputed champion at 147, Carlos Baldomir beat him, didn't pay sanction fees, so he didn't get 2 of the belts of that. So I mean, if Bud ain't paid sanction fees, then they got to keep it consistent. He's not undisputed.
Yeah, but I'm not saying he's fighter of the year because he's undisputed. I'm saying he's fighter of the year because he moved up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo.
I don't know. They've been saying Canelo been done since the Bivol fight. So I mean, it's kind of like that one thing that Devin was doing, calling Brian Norman a bum. You know, if you calling the person ass for like 5 years before the fight happened, then you're not gonna get extra credit for it. So I can't put that as fight of the year.
Not fighter of the year. I don't know what being fighter of the year.
For fighter of the year, I can't give credit for that.
Okay, who did David Benavidez? I think it's Bud.
David. Okay, well, David Benavidez, he did have a good year though.
David Benavidez had a terrific year because he knocked.
He did.
Thank you, God, he beat the shit out of Anthony Yard. And then
the other one was Morrell. He fought Morrell earlier in the year.
Oh yeah, that may be for me fighter of the year, bro. Is David Benavidez, bro.
I got to say that David Benavidez a roadie.
Yeah, let me take these because I never actually do list and all that because I never have a good conversation about that. Like fighter of the year for me, you got if I had to nominate people, I would say Bud, I would say Bam. Bud, Bam, David Benavidez had a terrific year.
Abdullah Mason, his last fight was nuts.
Alexander fucking Usyk had a great year. Alexander Usyk had a great year. Who did it? Because who'd he beat? Daniel Dubois, and he beat who'd he beat? And Fury. Fury was 2024 though.
Was it?
Fury
both?
I think Fury
you're right.
2024. So did he only fight one time last year against?
Yeah, because he had an injury exemption from WBO, but then they caught him dancing in the club on Instagram, so they had to investigate.
Hey, Ali said fight of the year was Dubois versus AJ. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, that was a good fight, bro. Dubois and AJ, that was a good ass fight, bro. That was a good fight. I enjoyed that fight.
I'll put AJ up there because he broke Jake Paul's jaw in 2 places. So you gotta give him knockout of the year.
Oh, for sure. Oh man, knockout of the year. Man, somebody had a good one. Nakatani laid somebody the fuck out. Nakatani knocked out. God dog, who was it? Forget the name already. It was a Mexican dude that got face planted by Nakatani. That shit was just laid the fuck out. Yeah.
Oh, and Kid Austin, the way he put away Tevin Farmer, that was
ugly. Yeah. What's going, man? I need to get Kid Austin on the channel one of these days, bro. I ain't never had an opportunity. I've talked to Bill Haney. I've talked to Brian Norman Sr. I've never talked to Floyd Schofield.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah. You think he's a real fighter? You think he's for real?
I think so. I think he just been set back by injuries, because that's one thing
Bug
you
bites,
can't
he had a
account
full
for.
out of those bug bites. I remember he had that. He didn't look like bed bugs or something. That didn't look like a
Yeah.
real injury. I don't. That did not look like a real injury to me. But what do I know?
Now, what about prospect of the year?
Moses the Tumwa.
I don't know. I'm still not sold on him.
Prospect of
But
the
nah,
year.
yeah, I got
Who would be
I got
prospect of the
two.
year?
I got two. I got uh Andy Cruz. Well, he kind of tied with Carmel Moten, but Carmel didn't really fight last year. And then the other one, Scooter Davis. Scooter Davis is a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'm liking Scooter Davis, man. I did a video on Scooter Davis. I got to do
So
another one. Yeah,
his
with more.
composure for the level he's at, that is pretty good. It's pretty good. I'd like to see him get like a I guess a step up fight for where he's at. I know he fight next month, so that it would be good if he get like one of those like relentless styles, like a traditional stereotypical Mexican style is gonna like come forward, got bricks in both hands, and go ahead and press the action and see how he deal with pressure. 'Cause he's had dudes that been trying to box him, and you could tell like he just picking them apart, and he's finished I think his last three opponents with
Who is
body
this?
shots.
Are you talking about
Scooter
Scooter?
Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's finished his last three opponents with body shots. So that's good because like I was disappointed in a lot of fighters this last year, seeing like knockouts they could have got and didn't because they weren't going to the body. Like, who was that guy that David Morrell fought his last fight? I think it was like some dude from Kazakhstan or Russia or something. Like
Mhm.
he could have got dude out of there because the dude was slow, but he had good upper body movement. But Morrell was throwing all punches to the head, and the dude was slipping them, rolling them, and he missed a lot, and didn't go to the body. And that part just kind of perplexed me because it's like, okay, David Morrell. I know a lot of people was big on him. A lot of people were saying, oh, he another danger for Canelo. Canelo is avoiding him and Benavidez, but then we see that his punch selection didn't really vary. Yeah, he got power. Yeah, he
The
got
guy's name is
elusive.
Imam Makatiev. Imam
Okay,
Makatiev.
yeah. So you go back and watch that fight, could have got him out there. And then Keyshawn, I forget when he fought Madueno. I think it was his fight right before Berenichik. But Madueno, that's the dude that who it was Duarte had knocked out, right? And I'm looking at it like, okay, people been talking about Keyshawn and saying he a power puncher, all this and that. Dude got like a 70-something% knockout rate, and somebody like Madueno who's that slow and was literally like, a heavy bag with legs. He kind of, I kind of hate to say it, but he had a little bit of a Brandon Rios thing going on. Like he was just there to be hit the whole night. And for somebody who's supposed to be a power puncher, if you're able to be hitting the guy all night like that and he not breaking, okay, then how good is your power? You know? And then the fact that Keyshawn talking about he about to come stop Jermaine Ortiz, I don't know. But like, it's things like that for me where like how are these guys not focusing on the body? And you see that's a lot of these guys is up and coming, and a lot of people is excited about. They don't throw body shots. They don't cut the ring off. And there's just like so many other things that, they get away with just because of athleticism, but they're not really showing skill for real, for real.
Time will tell, brother. Time will tell. But if they keep getting match made against people that can't do anything to them, we'll see. What do you think about this Shakur Tio fight, man?
It'll be the most intense game of tag you've ever seen with no tag backs.
An intense game of tag.
Yeah, with no tag. Like you seen the movie Tag. It's about their friends they've been friends since like elementary school. They've been playing tag until they 70 and 60. They be showing up at each other's houses at random times. Like no, and it was based on a true story. Like the actual people, so they live in different parts of the country. They randomly pop up in the middle of the night when the homie grilling, be like, "Tag, I got you." Like this, like Tiafimo and Shakur about to be like that, because like Like I know they posted that short 45-second snippet of them sparring. You can't really tell much from sparring, but you could tell a little bit. And the thing that I've always said about Shakur, and Roy Jones said it too, is that when for Shakur, one thing that hurts him defensively is that everybody know the term misses by inches, because you make them miss just a little bit so you're still in range to counter and you can capitalize on that.
Yeah, but
Shakur was
actually for a fight, what do you think about
actually
the
for a
fight?
fight. I think the fight is going to come down to this. They're going to have exchanges, and whoever gets the better of the exchange is going to be at the advantage, because they're going to be able to be the one that gets the other guy to follow them to try and get their get back so they can counter. And the thing with that is, Tiafimo has more of an advantage in that, because he'll counter in between shots more often than Shakur does. Shakur don't really counter in between shots as often as he could for how much he make people miss. And that I don't know what that timidness is, or what it is. Like if he don't trust his power, he doesn't trust the timing. If he's hesitating or if he's thinking about too much, and that overthinking causes him to freeze. I don't know what it is, but you see, like his shots, he don't really throw a lot in the middle of when the other guy's throwing. Like he'll lull them to sleep, like with their movement, and then catch them when they're not paying attention because there's been no action for a minute. Or he'll try to see if he can get off first, but like he doesn't really counter in between shots. And Tiafimo, we know he's going to press the action, and the problem for both of them is neither one can cut the ring off. Tiafimo can't cut the ring off. We've seen what happened with Jermaine Ortiz. He didn't have that problem with Lomachenko, because Lomachenko ain't really a mover like that. He just switches angles when he on the inside. He don't really box off the back foot and try to keep away. So that's a different situation. But we've seen what happened with Jermaine Ortiz and Tiafimo fought him. He couldn't cut the ring off well during that. And we've seen Shakur Stevenson. He complained the Haratunya moves too much. Couldn't really cut the ring off on him. And then we've seen moments in the Padley fight when Padley would circle the ring 5 times and Shakur ain't cut the ring off to stop him. And it's just one of those things for me where it's like should we like on a tangent, we saw what happened when Pitbull Cruz did that to Roach. All these guys that people keep on saying got high ring IQ, they're these master boxers, have been cutting off the ring, trips them up, have them looking like Bambi learning how to walk. They can't do it. So for me, it's a thing where whoever gets off first during the exchanges or gets the better of the exchange between Tiafimo and Shakur, that's the person who's going to win, because they're going to move backwards after that, try to counter, and the other one won't be able to cut the ring off to stop it. So that's what it's going to come down to.
I got Shakur, man. I got Shakur picking him off. I just think that I don't know what kind of game plan that Teofimo Lopez is going to come. I just don't. The inconsistency of Teofimo Lopez worries me. Where I think Shakur is more consistent, and I think he does punch. He doesn't, maybe not as much as Teo, because Teo is definitely they're both counter punchers in large part to me. But man, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, right, I feel you on that. It's going to be the battle of the jabs.
Yeah, and feint. It's going to be a feint fest. I'm gonna have like a feint. The battle of the feint. Who's willing to let that shit go in time?
Hey, CompuBox going to need to start tracking feints now.
Hell yeah, because they're gonna be fainting. They feint their asses off for sure, trying to get the other person to throw so that they can counter them. And they'll probably go back 3-4 different punch, kind of feint punch type exchanges. But we'll see. All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. King of Hayden.
All right, take it easy.
All right, man. Thank you for the content, bro. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Shakur's reflexes are good, but he's beatable just as easy as T.O. is. I mean, I don't know how beatable he is. I don't know how beatable he is, but I know Teofimo Lopez was getting caught a lot by George Kambosos. A lot in the exchanges by George Kambosos. And I just have to think something was just a bad day for him at the office with that one. I seen Teo get hit hard as hell. How about Shakur? Can he take a big punch? Oh, because I'm going to tell you, the bigger puncher between the two is definitely Teofimo Lopez. Kerr gonna backpedal and Teo gonna dance. Man, I hope they don't just resort to a bunch of goofball shit. But Teofimo gives more. I think Teofimo gives more looks then gives you more looks than Shakur. From just, from my vantage point, he looks like he gives more looks than Shakur does. But Shakur's style is just so steady, so consistent. His defense is very, very tight, very tight. And when you make a mistake, he makes you pay. He's got very good eyes. He keeps very good. I think he has a very good sense of range, keeps people right on the edge like he wants to, and very good at positioning side to side without using too much extra footwork. But at the same time, man, he will get on that bike and do that to you too. So, I think Shakur is a very well-rounded fighter. I really like his style of fighting. Teofimo Lopez is the more athletic of the two, and I'm saying athletic in the way that he fights, not his athleticism himself. I have no idea who's more athletic between the two. I know that Teofimo Lopez is very athletic, doing the backflips in the ring and all that. Explosive. They both been fighting their entire life, so they both been in the ring in big fights before. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to it, and it's not too long. We got like 2 weeks left for it. And exactly, the Cardenas, I agree 100%. He said Tio needs to make it ugly, point blank, period. Agreed. Got to make it ugly, man. Got to make it ugly. But look, thank you guys so much for coming by the chat today. I'm going to get off here a little bit early. Thank y'all for chopping it up. We'll be back tomorrow. And with that, I'm out. Deuces. But before I go, let me thank you, everybody that supported in the super chat. Fern, Ebenezer, Phoenix the Assassin, so big. Jeep Red Boy, thank you guys so much, man, for the support. And with that, and my guy over here on Cash App, thank you guys. David Lynch, thank you for that $5 holler, brother. Bird 101, thank you for the $10 holler. And with that, I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow. Deuces.